Go, Jalen.
No, I'm waiting for you. You said you
No,
were
no,
supposed to.
no, no. I want you to go first.
No, I ain't doing
Oh,
it.
my
I
God.
can't. I ain't no freestyle. I ain't no freestyle.
I'm not either. But we'll do it tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll try it. Welcome to. Well, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Shot of Sports Podcast. Grab a drink and snack. This is your weekly dose of sports, where we'll break down and do a deep dive in the world of sports. Whether you're a casual fan or a diehard, we're here to bring you the latest, the best analysis, and the hottest takes. Subscribe, share, even leave a comment. We appreciate all the feedback. Hit the like button for us and tap the notification bell on the right so you can be notified whenever we drop so you won't miss one. Today we got on the show. We got Sam coming up in a little bit, in a second. I'm not going to say what he's doing. But we got Chris, we got Nas, and we got Drew back finally. And obviously, you got me. So, welcome, Drew.
Yeah, and we got Giannis here too. Don't you worry.
Not for long though.
Gotta hold on tight, man. Gotta hold on tight.
See, it's rare for you to be on. Loki. How you been?
That's all right. Glad you missed me. That was good. I mean, there was I worked Thanksgiving, but I had enough time to watch the Packers give a little beat down on the Lions. So, I mean, life's good.
My Thanksgiving was good. I had to get on late yesterday, so I wasn't able to say much. But I had to work. I went to work the hockey game the day before, and then basketball game was the day after. So
I have a follow-up to that. I was in Nashville.
So didn't really have too much of a couple days off, but my sister graduates December 12th from college, so I'll be coming back to the Midwest,
sweet
Chicago then, and then I gotta stay back here for Christmas again.
Not bad.
So we're gonna jump into our first topic, which is obviously the biggest news of the freaking world right now. Giannis with Buck trouble. So yesterday we had some news come out that he was meeting with the Bucks organization about his future. It came out that it's kind of like some of the people that was on NBA Today was like it was kind of the writing on the wall for Giannis to possibly be heading out, but we don't know if that's true or not. And it sucks because he got injured last night, calf strain. So,
did he really get injured though?
No, he's fine.
It's tough to say. I don't know. It's all about perception on that, and I think it was just at very least it was ironic in that moment to kind of see how that played out. But I don't know. I feel like I've seen genuine Giannis frustration before, and I feel like that was genuine Giannis frustration.
So y'all are the Bucks fans. So go ahead and put y'all opinions in on what you think should happen and what you think you want to happen and what could happen. Like trade.
Y'all go first. Y'all can go first.
I think personally, the Jazz need to get into it.
He's not going to the. This is the most ludicrous take. I think. You're the guy who's. Remember, you put Giannis outside of your top 5 not too long ago in terms of NBA players, and now you're sitting there like a little schoolgirl waiting for him to get traded to you. But anyway, I think he should have a one-way boarding pass to San Antonio right now, and the Bucks should be getting whoever out of their young core that they can. If they offer up Castle, take him. If they offer up Harper, probably not at the same time, take him. Just get whatever assets you can for him at this point, and don't send him in the East. Like, I think Sham's report was almost a nothing burger again, and it's just like he says the same thing with different wording. But I think there is some truth behind what's actually being reported at this point. The team's not doing well. I don't really see them on a true path to contention this year. Miles Turner's been very disappointing, and overall the roster, they fought hard last night, and you got to give them that. They played really well against the top team in the East, but I mean, let's face it, guys, they're not doing anything this year. They're probably not doing anything next year, and they're not doing anything for the foreseeable future. Before too long, he's going to be out of his prime.
Yeah, and well, that's the other thing. I'm glad you brought that up, Chris, because you have to look at the wording of that report, and it's not him saying, "Hey, Giannis is requesting a trade. He wants out." He is having conversations with his agent and the organization to figure out what is best for his future. Now, what that means, I have no idea. Nobody really knows what that conversation is like. Otherwise, I'm sure that would have been reported. But we know that Giannis wants to go and compete for championships. And if my ownership or my organization is going to tell me I don't think we can compete right now to my face when I'm the star player, I obviously would want to leave as well. So I think that's the same for any industry. But my take is obviously we're very happy with everything that Giannis has given to Milwaukee. But it's time to cut our losses. We got to get something back for him. I think we need to trade him. I think that we need to figure out – I don't think it's going to happen anytime within December. I think it's going to come down to, if anything, late January, early February, right up until the deadline. So it's just because with the calf strain, with the holidays, with everything that they need to mull and consider in this situation, if anything does happen, it's going to happen late.
Okay, y'all ready?
Let's hear it.
Look, I got 3 things for you, all right? 1, he's hurt. So trade deadline's not until the week before All-Star break, which everyone knows that. But he's hurt, and I don't think he'll be back until around that time because it's a right calf strain. Why would you rush it? 2, Giannis. I'll get to the team in a second, but Giannis. He's been doing this for maybe 3 years, on and off, trying to scare everybody, scare the organization into saying, hey, I want to win, but we need to do this and that. See, we won a chip. He said all this rah-rah about not running from the grind. We didn't run from the grind. We did it. Now it's, I want to win. I want to go do, he was shitting on all these super teams. Now he wants to be a part of that. Okay, well, if you're going to go be a part of that, well, we're going to trade you, and you're not going to be a part of that. We're going to trade you with the Knicks, and you're going to only have Brunson left, pretty much. So have fun with that. Okay. Now, for the team, do you guys remember last year when we had Damian Lillard and Giannis healthy, and we started like 1-8, and Giannis did no such thing of asking out because Damian Lillard was on this team, and he believed in Damian Lillard only and no one else. Now we have a team that's structured around him perfectly, by the way. When we're healthy, when we're fully healthy, we are still fully functionally, literally surrounded by shooters. You got defenders. Besides Kyle Kuzma, you got everything you need. Okay? Now, Jokic is great. He's arguably the best player in the world. When in Denver, they're doing the same thing. They have teams. They have the whole team surrounded with everything he needs. This team is structured almost the same way, just without a Jamal Murray on the team. But we don't know that. We have Ryan Rollins and KPJ now. So my whole thing is, why would you want to leave when you have a team that you asked for, and you just have to get used to? I mean, we haven't been healthy all year, really. KPJ just got back, and now you're going under the table and saying, "Hey, let's go. Let me go to the front office and discuss," because you lost to Chris Middleton and the Wizards on Monday. And I mean, partially because of you. I mean, you didn't play that well. Everybody else was playing well. Ryan Rollins and KPJ were doing their job. Kyle Kuzma wasn't. But everyone else was. You didn't do your job. You got a bunch of rebounds and 15 points against the Wizards. I mean, what are we talking about, bro? It's just, as a Bucks fan, you got to be very annoyed with some stuff at this point. It's just a reoccurring thing of like, hey, here we go again. Here we go again. If you're going to leave, then leave at this point, bro.
I mean,
I just don't think anyone's gonna kiss his ass anymore. It's just like if you're gonna leave, go ahead. It's simple.
As a Wisconsin sports fan, this reminds me a lot of a certain someone who played on our football team for a long time and kind of made things a little bit more about him the longer he was there and his demands and his friends.
Okay.
That's
Chris a little different because they were selling him. I'm not gonna lie. They were actually selling him with that defense. They were selling him. But It's the same thing. It's the same. It's kind of the same thing.
I mean, this team has no wing. Like, I mean, if you think about it, there's no
He wanted to.
small
He wanted to
forward on
play
this
Chris
team.
Middleton. He wanted to get Middleton out of there.
I don't
All right,
think-
hold on. Let me chime in. The Jet.
Oh my god.
Can we like mute him or something? If
But
Ryan knew the
but
Jazz
all
thing?
real is this. All real is this. Miles Turner, it don't look sweet, do it.
Bro, it's the same team as last year he was on, just with a
He
Giannis.
did all that talking about Tyrese Halliburton.
I mean,
We just
I don't
got
know
Brook
about that.
Lopez move faster. That's all that Miles Turner is, bro.
So you
Can't
did
read
all
that.
that talking about Tyrese Halliburton, talking down on the Pacers.
Hold on.
It
was talking nice about
it
Tyrese. All
don't
he
sit
said-
well when when
Hold
you
on,
bite your
hold
tongue
on.
a little bit. Do it.
All he said about Tyrese is that he's not like that. He's a nice guy, which is cool. Like he just act like that on the court. That's all he said.
I mean, that's pretty much half of them. Like, look at Ja.
Well, Jai ain't about it either.
That's what I'm saying. But I think the best destination for him, if there was a trade to happen, would be the Golden State Warriors.
Who are they trading? We got to stop this. Look,
I don't think
I
the Bucks
would
want
love
anyone
that.
on that team. That's the problem.
no one wants Pods. First of all, you're not gonna trade up Richards because you just got him. No one wants Draymond. No one wants Jimmy Butler because he's a headache. You know, yeah, he's gonna be out for a month. Probably he's gonna take all that 4 weeks, sit his ass down. He's not gonna come play. He rushed back, in my opinion, from that groin injury. I don't know why he came back so soon. But look, we got Ryan Rollins, KPJ developing very well in the front court. AJ Green's AJ Green. We got AJ Green. If you got Ryan Rollins, KPJ, AJ Green, Giannis, and Turner at the starting lineup, I don't see what's the issue. I think that's a great starting lineup. Now the bench, well, you got Kyle Kuzma. You wanted Kyle Kuzma, to be honest, just so you know. You wanted to get rid of your best friend. So that's just look. It's just certain things that just don't sit right with me with this whole situation. Like it's not his fault. No one's bringing that up. He wanted Drew Holiday out of there. If you're gonna go for Damian Lillard, you got to trade Drew Holiday. You have to, right? Want to go win a chip the next year? Come on, bro. Like it's certain things that just don't sit right with me, bro. I'm just being truthful as possible.
Yeah, and well, the most frustrating part, I think, for this season specifically, is there is such an open window in the East with all the injuries that came into play. This was the year where if you stay healthy and you can make a run in the playoffs and you can have the depth that the Bucks have, you should be able to at least make a run to the Eastern Conference Finals, especially if Giannis is playing at the top of his game. And so I think that's the interesting factor in this because the Celtics are in at full strength. The Pacers are obviously out of it. Those are two of the top teams that you were worried about last year. The Cavs haven't looked incredible either. They're 13-9 right now.
Yeah.
So here's my take on this. What if Giannis is trying to sit that month out, let the Bucks tank a little harder, and then when he comes back, he's going to try and prove his worth. They're going to go like 20-6 to finish the season. They're going to get into the play-in, and then they're going to somehow make a run. That would be funny. That's probably not going to happen. Maybe I'm just being a little bit of a cautious optimistic, but
Yeah,
or maybe a reckless optimistic. But yeah, I mean, it would be very, if Giannis were to do that though, his value would skyrocket compared to what it is now, I think.
The only destination that I think that would actually make sense is Oklahoma City. I really do. As much as I hate to say that,
makes sense because they have.
they're not going to trade anybody. If you ask for Dylan Harper or Stephon Castle, they will send you the voicemail. I promise you, they're not giving that stuff up.
Especially when they already got Wemby, so they're not doing that.
Yeah,
what I'm
but
saying,
if you have Wemby and Giannis though,
It wouldn't make sense.
no one's ever
I mean,
going
I
to
don't
make
really
a shot
think
again.
they play the same either. Like Wemby kind
don't.
of is more of a
They
three-level guy. Like he's not as much of a paint presence. He still
So-
likes to shoot the three.
So if you're going for San Antonio, who are you asking for? Because they're not giving you. I promise you, they're not giving you Harper. They're not giving you Castle. They're giving you Sohan.
I
and
think we
Pascal.
could send them. I think we could send them
Wemby is pretty much
Giannis.
untouchable. So
We
Yeah.
could send them Giannis
I mean-
and a shooter, and then we could get back Stephon Castle, another piece, and a couple firsts, with maybe one or two being a pick swap.
I personally would trade one of Harper or Castle because they play the same position. But
I mean,
still think
De'Aaron Fox is
You-
also there too. Not saying that I want De'Aaron Fox. I'm just saying that he's
They'll
there.
probably give you that. Probably.
There are
If
maybe
anything.
20 players in the whole NBA that are untouchable in this situation. When it's Giannis Antetokounmpo, you could even argue there's maybe 10. But
10
I mean,
Yeah,
untouchables.
like
obviously,
Jalen, when
situation
you were
wise,
saying
most teams are going to make the trade. But
Jalen, when you were saying Ace Bailey is untouchable yesterday, I don't think we realized the caliber of player we're talking about here. The Bucks are not gonna.
he's pretty much untouchable here. That's what I've heard because they're not trading a 19-year-old superstar candidate that has prime, that has like KD-esque talent, and we already see it for someone that's already in their 30s. They're not doing it.
I don't know. When you get the opportunity to trade for a superstar like Giannis, and the reason I think the Bucks
They're
are gonna
already
be-
bad, so it's not like Giannis is going to.
they're
take
not
them
going to
the
do it.
next
It's,
level. No,
he's not
It's
going to
literally
be in
impossible.
Utah.
they're not doing it.
It's
Oh no,
impossible.
I'm not saying he is. I'm just saying the
No.
principle of him being untouchable in that situation. Also, am I crazy to say that I don't think he makes the Knicks a ton better if he goes there? Because all
Well,
they're doing
we
is
were going to
done-
strip them of all their players. That's why.
Yeah, I mean, they're not a deep team to begin with, and if you strip their depth even more, they're just Giannis, Cat, Brunson, and friends, or something like that.
I'm trying
Unless
to tell
Cat
you.
comes over here too.
The
Like,
one team that
it's
makes
just-
the most sense to me is Oklahoma City because they have all the picks, they have a deep bench that they can send over. They have all of these assets that they can. But the thing is,
Okay,
You're the
what's the
Bucks.
piece that they would send the Bucks though? Do you think that
Well,
they
Chet-
would give
they would-
up?
It would probably be
first of all,
Chet.
Would they
First
give
of
up
all,
a Chet?
they have a Clippers pick who's about to be projected top 5 because they're trash. So that's one. Okay, and if the Pelicans keep doing bad, we're still going to keep our pick anyways. So they can send us some picks, some lottery picks, which they have like 2 or 3 this year. And then if we ask for Chet, I mean, I'm trying to tell you, I don't think they would want that. I think they would say no if we ask for Chet.
Yeah,
They try to
that's what I'm
finesse it with the
asking.
bench. They try to finesse it with like Jalen Williams off the bench, Casey Wallace,
You
Isaiah
mean like
Joe. All
Yeah, and that's
Or-
which
that's
or
Jalen
Kobe.
BS.
Williams are we talking about?
That you
So,
got to get
here.
someone who is maybe like on the verge of all-star caliber at minimum. If you're,
I
gonna
don't
try
think-
and do that trade.
I don't think OKC is interested. I think they want to keep.
No, it
that
shouldn't be,
roster
but I
together.
think that's
I mean,
the
they're
best-
21
that's the
and
best
1.
option.
Why change things? They could legitimately be better than the 73 and 9 Warriors this year.
Well, they have. I mean, they have so many lottery picks, and then they have lottery players on their bench right now that haven't played a single minute. Like Nikola Topic or whatever his name is, he just hasn't played, and he's so good. They have so many players. They just drafted somebody. They just drafted somebody like number 15 or something this year, and they're not playing because they can't. So I don't know.
I mean,
I think
this
San
team.
Antonio makes most sense.
Yeah.
Okay,
I mean, like
would
they got some young guys that you could go for. If nothing else, you get De'Aaron Fox. I don't know.
I'm sick of
you
the
get
Lakers
something
trying to
out of
say
it.
that.
Devin Vassell. Yeah, who do the Lakers have to trade for him? I don't see any.
they already said they're not giving up Reeves for nobody. They already did. They already said
Well, if you're
You
not
have
giving
to.
up Reeves, just end the conversation.
I don't
because
even
he's
want
not-
Reeves.
We don't want LeBron because he won't want to leave, come here anyways.
Well, yeah, you wouldn't even trade for a 40-year-old LeBron. He's gonna be out the league in 2 years.
We have the league next year.
Maybe
He's playing
next
right
year, yeah.
Yeah, I
But-
don't know. Someone
Uh,
tried to say Trey Young for to head over to Milwaukee. I don't know if I would.
I saw
mean,
that
maybe
too, but
that
why would we
Jalen
put him in
Johnson
con-
could be interesting if that's offered, but I don't think
No,
Atlanta would offer him
he's not
either.
going anywhere. He is not going anywhere. He's
Crazy thing is that
Breakout season.
OKC has our pick if we're not in the top 8.
OKC is this is
That's
a
everyone's
legitimate
pick.
dynasty contender that they are.
So if they're
Just
not in the
with
top
all
8,
the
they got
picks
ours.
that they could have 3 picks in the top 14 this year, and none of those guys are going to see the floor probably next year unless it's like the 1, 2, or 3.
So 9 and below, 9 and below, they would have our pick. Go ahead, Sam. Get your spiel out about Giannis.
Well, as many of you probably know, I have been on the side of just let the guy walk, right? I've been on the side of I don't want to trade him. I want him to be part of the franchise forever, right? I want him to retire a Buck. But there comes a time when the writing's on the wall and something needs to change for the betterment of the organization. And unfortunately, that's the crossroads that we've hit. You guys can still hear me, right? I think you
Yep.
guys are bugging out a
Yep,
little bit. I
yep.
don't know if you guys got me.
As
Okay.
soon as I joined, as soon as Sam joins, I get kicked. Wow.
So, as I said, at some point, the writing's on the wall, and that's right now. And in order to continue to keep the organization fruitful and keep the fans happy and keep the butts in seats at Fiserv Forum, it's unfortunately time that we at least consider this move. Now, on the other side of the same coin, if Giannis and Kevin Porter Jr. are healthy all season, we might be only a few games out of the top spot in the East. We don't know. This team has not been healthy all year. There has been no cohesion all season. So it might be too early to consider trading Giannis. Has anyone really considered that yet?
I don't think he should be traded at all. You know why? Because there's players that should be playing already that I've been saying since the beginning of the year. Ryan Rollins obviously is playing now, gratefully, happily having a breakout, kind of a breakout season, just a better season than he's had before, at least.
I would say a breakout season.
Kevin Porter Jr. is not a defensive line. That's cap. He averages the most steals out of anybody on the team right now, actually. So that's a lie. And then Jericho Sims should have had minutes to begin with because he's athletic as hell and he's the only one that goes for rebounds because Miles Turner doesn't know how to get a rebound. So Giannis is literally suited around the perfect team that could help him contend and keep him out, keep him in the contention of the East right now with all the injuries and continuing injuries that are going on right now, by the way. Paolo Banchero is not even hurt, not even playing right now. And then we got I can't even think of any others right now, but that's the main one that's not even playing right now. I know their team's still fine without him, but he's not playing. And there's so much stuff that can go well for him in the East right now with this team. And if he goes anywhere else, we're just going to strip them of all their players.
So I have a question then to follow that up. And I agree. Like the organization, John Horst, has been putting around Giannis the best possible teams to compete year in and year out. And granted, 2021 magical run, amazing. I'm forever grateful for that championship, right? But we've expended nearly all of our assets now while trying to keep that competitive team around Giannis. So when is the hard stop? When is we can't do this anymore because we're trying this hard to keep A, you happy, and B, the team competitive, and C, the fans happy, but it's obviously not working anymore. When is that line coming? When is that line in the sand?
I mean, it should have been last offseason, to be honest with you. I mean, that Indy series, like, on paper, maybe it was close in some of the games, but they got boat raced in game 1 and 4. Like, it wasn't even close, and it took Gary Trent dropping like 40 points even to win a game that series. I mean, Gary Trent had the series of his life, and we still got destroyed in 5 games. Now, was everyone healthy? No. But at the same time, I've said this before, when the Packers lost to the 49ers in 2022 or the end of the 2021 season in that divisional round, I saw that as the end of the Aaron Rodgers era before it actually happened, and then they flopped out the next year. That game felt like the 49ers game to me, to where it just game 4 of that series did, where it just kind of felt like we might keep Giannis around, but we're not going to do anything significant with him.
I don't know. I don't think he should go anywhere. I think he's just a drama queen at this point, and he's gonna have to learn to figure it out because he asked for this. That's one thing that everyone needs to just understand, that he asked for this. He asked for players to get moved. He asked for, like, as much as we don't see it, he did. Let's be real here. He asked for Damian Lillard. Trade Drew Holiday. He's one of your best friends, by the way. He asked for a better competitive team last year when we weren't doing the greatest with Damian Lillard, by the way. I shipped Chris Middleton out there. Let's go get Kyle Kuzma, see how that works out. Okay. And, I see with the organization trying to keep him happy, like you said, and we're doing the best we can. We shaped the team with younger players this year, a younger center, because Brook Lopez was just a walking totem pole and just couldn't do anything.
Traffic cone.
He could block like a MFer though,
Right. But
but he
Miles
couldn't
Turner
leave
is
the
more
paint.
versatile on defense. If you got these two combo guards and you got AJ Green shooting for you, and all you need is a wing defender. I mean, Kyle Kuzma can defend, but he can't play defense or can't play offense. But look, I don't think he should leave. I think he's just being a drama queen. He's gonna figure it out. So
I think the Milwaukee Bucks have a team with good guards, but I think that you need at least one or two great guards in order to be able to supplement Giannis's game. I think
we
it's
have
fun
a deep game.
that-
We have a deep team.
We have a deep team, but we need more.
I mean,
think
that's
we
if
need
guys
more
play up
top-end
to their
talent at the guard
potential.
position.
If we had like a Michael Porter Jr. on our team, like not him on our team, but just like a Michael Porter Jr.
Mhm.
I mean, I think we'd be fine. We can play a little bit of defense, 3-and-D, go guard the wing, and let's have some fun. But I don't know.
Here's my other thing. So if Giannis walks, do you think that the Bucks have the capability of building another championship team at any point in the next 10 to 20 years?
If they get the right assets,
10 to
absolutely.
20, yes.
Okay, but here's the thing. They have not been incredible in the draft. They other than
No.
hitting on Giannis,
Now,
John
to be
Horner's
fair,
draft
to be fair,
Con Maker,
terrible.
DJ Wilson.
To be
John
fair
Ross
on
is good
this,
at everything
though,
else.
he
They-
hasn't picked anything in like. Was Horst still the GM when Thon Maker was picked?
No,
I feel like that was John
I
Hammond.
I think that was the last John Hammond draft.
that was not,
Because
that was
like,
Hammond. That
when
was the
has
second to
Horst actually had a good pick to work with?
last. Never.
Like these
Let's
guys
just
that
think about
he's
that.
taken in the 20s, a lot of them are flyers anyway. Like we don't really know what we're gonna get out of them.
Yeah.
Guy hasn't had so much as a lottery pick. Has he hit on them? Definitely not. But at the same time, he hasn't really had a ton to work with there either. So I'm willing to give him a pass on that.
In the end, it's a business, and if you don't move Giannis, your business is going to suffer horribly for the future. Point
So
blank. period.
if he gets the right pick, I have full belief that John Horst will be able to pick the right player or right players. Okay. Yes. Thank you. I just don't think.
Yeah,
You
but
can't
here's
leave
the
now.
thing: we're not going to get another marquee talent like Giannis unless we
I
draft.
think
him.
that's
no,
my mom,
no
low-key.
top 10 player, no
That's
top
mine.
10 player is going to end up coming to Milwaukee on their own terms.
I
You-
mean,
you
I
need to
see.
draft them.
Well, I
and
mean,
unless you
even-
have your Giannis pick, you're not getting one.
like,
The
and
crazy
even out of
thing
those
is-
top guys, do you ever see Shea leaving OKC? I don't. Do you ever
No.
see? I mean, do you ever see Jokic leaving Denver? Probably not. I don't
Eh.
see Luka leaving LA. I don't see Wemby leaving San Antonio.
And if they
These
do
guys
leave,
are just-
they're not coming to Milwaukee. You can't
Yes,
get it.
Milwaukee's not a destination spot for basketball, especially with Doc Rivers as the head coach. Like you're gonna get some savvy
Again,
vets to come and play.
Whose
for Doc.
fault is that? Again, whose fault is that? Oh, we all leads back to one guy. Whose fault is it that Doc Rivers is our coach and Adrian Griffin isn't right now? Well, I
Jimmy
mean,
Haslam.
it's writing on. I'm trying to tell you, it
Whose fault
always
is it
leads
that we
back.
got a ring though?
The crazy thing about it is like
Mike Budenholzer.
I was yeah, that was
Budenholzer?
dumb anyway. I don't even know why he left. But
Why would he get fired? Because of the Celtics series?
No,
that we win
no.
7 games.
Firing Bud was the right decision at the time. It's just
No,
they
it
made
wasn't.
every
No,
yes,
no.
it
He's
was.
a championship coach. No
he
one was
literally
back.
brought the championship there. There's no reason.
And
to
then he
fire
went
him.
to Phoenix and
It
got
was
canned
not-
in a year.
Bud.
Yes, we went
It was
the
not
next
Bud
game.
that brought Milwaukee the championship. It was
Nazir,
not
Nazir.
Bud.
No,
We
it
were
was
a
not.
shoe
That
size
we got
away from him being
against
fired
Bud.
after the second round.
The very next year, we went 7 games with the Celtics, and Chris Middleton blew out his knee. Well, I mean, we were second round, a game away from conference finals again.
Giannis
This
turned
is
his
not-
knee
this
inside
is
out in
not
the
me
2021
crapping on
playoffs
Bud
and put
in
up
any way,
53 in
shape,
game
and
6.
form, but we got knocked out in 5 games to the Heat that series. It was every
The
coach
team
runs
got
their course
stagnant.
eventually, and yeah, like it was time. Like they just haven't made a good hire since then.
I've
Griffin
seen
was
Billy
awful.
Donovan go to the play-in tournament
And
for the
Doc's
past
been
5
even
years,
worse.
and he's still
So they-
employed.
So they get the 1 seed. Yes, they lose, but you get the 1 seed. You have a great foundation around you. You have a great franchise running, and you fire him, and then you get Adrian Griffin, who's a great offensive mind, by the way, who didn't get the locker room for some reason. They didn't respect him enough. So Giannis gets sick of him and fires him, and gets Doc Rivers.
Well, Griffin was Giannis's guy too. Like
Do you see what I'm saying? Like Adrian Griffin was the perfect replacement if we were going to do that. We were in contention for the top 3 seed again. We still had the team surrounded by us with Giannis, Brook at his full health. We had Chris Middleton at full health. We had Dame at the time. Now it was working out perfectly fine. And then you go get rid of him and get Doc Rivers. Doc is a great guy, but come on, man.
Okay, let's step back for a second. My point for saying this stuff is, besides the Giannis pick, name like more than 3 good decisions the Bucks front office has made in terms of draft, in terms of free agent. Because I know a lot of DJ Wilsons. I know a lot of let's sign Greg Monroe for $50 million. Jabari Parker, unfortunate. Obviously, that should have worked out. Just couldn't stay healthy. But there's you trade Dante DiVincenzo, but that was to supplement Giannis. Everything revolves around Giannis, to your point. But if he's not here, I don't know if the Bucks win more than 40 games a season in at least 8 of the 9 seasons he's been at the top of his game.
With the second apron now, the Bucks would do everything in their power to make sure the team is very deep, that the team can compete with any team. Maybe not with a superstar right away. No one's, like you said, no one's going to come to Milwaukee, but you can build a team. And we, like Chris has said, we have not been able to get a top pick. We don't know exactly what John Horst and the organization can do with those players in front of them. We know that for a fact that I know for a fact, at least, that these guys know what they're doing. Like, we haven't been able to really see them in the draft. We've been able to see free agency. We just had a crazy free agency offseason this year with the team. Okay? By crazy, I mean supplementing Giannis. We've been able to put players and pieces around Giannis.
Yeah, they're like, please stay happy while we give you Miles Turner and freaking.
The crazy thing is, I was talking to my dad yesterday about all the contracts and stuff, and I was like, the Cubs might be on to something with this. Like, all these superstar players ask for these long-term deals, and they just can't live out the contract. They always be ready to go within 2 or 3 years of the contract. So why
baseball contracts are weird too, but
look, organizations does everything in their power. They traded Drew Holiday, and then Drew Holiday went to get a ring right after. Come on, man. It's just certain stuff that just doesn't make sense to me that people just don't see.
Drew Holiday was also like the 4th or 5th option on that Celtics team, though.
You
got to take that with a grain of salt.
But
I also want to go back.
One of the biggest reasons they made it. They didn't even have
and he's a defensive
on
force.
The team into the finals. Without Holiday, they arguably don't even get that ring. That's a fact.
I want to go back though. Like, Dame in hindsight didn't work out. You can't tell me as a Bucks fan you weren't super excited when they made that trade. Literally everyone was.
I was not. I was probably one of the.
You must be the one.
You were not. Were you not in that class with us? Just jaw dropped.
I was like,
day 341.
When that happened, it was like when Michael
all
Parsons
of us looked at each other
in
Jim Mead's class. We all got the notification, eye contact, jaws to the floor, like, oh my God, we got Damian Lillard.
It was my
birthday. We had to contain it for another like 20 minutes. We had to contain it for another.
We had the saying that year about any other team. Brewers lose. Oh, the Bucks got Dame. Packers lose. Bucks got Dame. Badgers lose. Oh, the Bucks got Dame.
The same thing I'm saying to you right now. I said, why would we do that? I asked Sam. I remember I asked Sam that exact question. He tried to proceed to say that it'll work out, and that's the craziest trade that we've ever made. It's not going to work out.
Because when you have the opportunity to add a top 75 player of all time onto your roster, 29 out of 29 other teams make that trade.
Okay, but why?
Except Miami.
We already had a team. We had a 13 and 32 or around something like that. A great team around us. It didn't work out, and I think I was right.
Well, that was a pretty interesting topic. We're going to probably get into some more of that with Live with Nas tomorrow. I know Nas has a lot to say still, and you can still see the smoke coming out of his ears still. So,
yes, sir.
We go jump into our next topic, which is Thursday Night Football.
One of the
we
better
actually got a
ones
good one this time.
First,
we got the Cowboys,
Thursday night
the
game
Lions.
in a while.
2 teams battling for that last play-in spot or the last wild card spot in the NFC. So we should be seeing a bunch of. I think it's going to be a high offensive game. I don't think it's going to be a lot of defense played in this game.
It's in Detroit. Jamison Williams. I think Dan Campbell finally realized who his real number one wide receiver is, and that's JMO. Been saying that for years. He hasn't been able to unleash himself like he did last week, and guess what? He's going to do it again this week. And against that, I mean, actually, the Cowboys' defense is actually pretty decent right now. Okay, I'm not saying they're the best, but they have a top 3 O line or D line. They have some good cornerbacks. They have some good linebackers too. I mean, it's a pretty good defense. It's just the fact that can you contain Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery, and then you get no Sam Laporta, no Sam Brown. Maybe I don't know if maybe he's playing. I don't think he is. I doubt it. But J-Mo might go for 150 yards again. And then you got on the other side, you got Dak Prescott and George Pickens, and that offense is gross. I don't know if George Pickens is going to get re-signed because I don't know how much Jerry really cares that much for him. But look, this game should be really fun. It's going to be a playoff atmosphere games in Detroit. The Cowboys have looked a lot better since the beginning of the season when they tied with you guys. Ever since that game, they went to Denver, they lost, and then they started going a little bit of a run. And they started getting their shit together with Dak and stuff like that on the offensive side, and the defensive side specifically. After the trade deadline, they went kind of berserk. Quinn Williams is ridiculous. So, that's going to be a really fun game tonight. I expect if this is not betting advice, but if you do bet, George Pickens should go have a great game. I wholeheartedly believe he should have a really great game.
I think he gets better with CeeDee Lamb on the other side of the ball, to be quite honest with you. I think that
he's so good.
It forces
the two of them
to
complement
have
each other.
to, yeah.
You have to keep him, bro. I think the Cowboys need to keep him.
100%.
I mean, you can't go back to having Jalen Tolbert and all those other guys being
Not bad.
wide receiver too. When you have the opportunity,
Come on,
to-
Turpin.
no, and this is not the diss Kevontae Turpin and Jalen Tolbert. This is more just me giving praise to George Pickens and the work he's put in this season. I mean, if you have the opportunity, Pickens looks like a top 5 wide receiver, arguably, in football right now. And if you have the opportunity to keep him, especially if it's not going to cost you as much as a Jamar or a Jettas or even CeeDee Lamb, his teammate, you do it.
Just remember they traded that Micah Parsons guy at the beginning of the year. That guy would have cost him $40+ million a year. Now they probably are going to use that to try and keep their core on the offensive side.
I mean, and Kenny Clark's probably going to get cut this offseason. I think the only reason he was really thrown in was just to make the cap match. But I mean, Jerry might have had a plan all along. I mean, he's built contenders before. I mean, he's built good rosters even recently. They're not good enough to win a Super Bowl or anything, but it's not like the Cowboys are bad year in and year out.
Mm-hmm. And this matchup specifically looks a lot different than it did 3 weeks ago. Obviously, the Cowboys won 3 in a row, played pretty well in all of those. The Lions 1-2, including a comeback win against the Giants in overtime. So there's 2 very different. They're meeting kind of back in the middle again, which is kind of unexpected, I think, to this point. But I think Dallas is flying high, but it's really hard to play in Detroit. I think that Detroit will be able to get away with this one even without Amon-Ra. I think that their run game is going to be a real problem. I think as long as you get past that front line, I think that there's going to be plenty that Detroit can get away with. I think that it'll be more of a 27-19 type of game for Detroit.
Well,
Anything, Sam?
All right, cool.
I mean, you got to think about this, though. Going into this game, neither of these teams are in the playoffs. The NFC is the most wicked conference we've seen in a long time.
Very
just
deep
how
right
competitive it is, and
The
with just
7th
how
seed is
many
9-4.
scenarios we have. This is going to be a playoff game. The loser of this game, I doubt, makes the playoffs. And if you're Detroit,
I mean, the winner might not
if
even
you're
make
Detroit,
it.
exactly. But if you lose, your odds of making the playoffs are extremely slim after that. But I think there's more pressure on Detroit to make sure that all their ducks are in a row, that they dot their I's, cross their T's against Dallas, who they're just happy to be here at this point, right?
They got nothing to lose.
Over the offseason, They have not. Yeah, exactly. They have nothing to lose. They already lost in their offseason by trading away Micah Parsons instead of just paying the man. They already lost. They could have had this exact same team minus Kenny Clark and with Micah Parsons instead, and they probably would be just as good, if not better. Right? At the offseason, all was lost. All felt lost in the offseason. Now you're just happy to be here. No expectations for this team. Brian Schottenheimer in his first year as a head coach, there were zero expectations. Now you're 6-5-1 going up against a Detroit team that's playing like they have a stick up their butt, right? Like they can't – Detroit cannot be imperfect whatsoever tonight. There's a lot of pressure on them. I think Dallas is going to have some words to say going forward.
This Detroit team has been playing – not like the Detroit that we know. They've been making mistakes. Detroit was very polished the last 2 seasons, and that's why they were so successful. They didn't make silly mistakes. This year, they're making a lot more silly mistakes because the interior offensive line, Frank Ragnow tried to come back, but his hamstring, like how did he even walk into the clinic to get his physical? But
that's ridiculous. That's actually ridiculous.
Hey, worth a shot, man. Worth a shot.
I mean, I guess, but like this team, they're making mistakes. Gibbs hasn't been able to, like, he's fantastic and he's probably the best running back in football, but there have been teams that have been able to limit him because of the struggles on the offensive line. Teams are getting more pressure on Goff this year than they have in the past. He's been making a bit more mistakes. The defense is kind of up and down. Hutchinson was a ghost last Thursday against the Packers. The pass rush isn't quite there for them. Like, this is a Lions team we haven't seen as much. The play calling's not as good this year either with Ben Johnson gone. I could see Dallas winning this game because they're hot. The Lions are not. Obviously, it's going to be a playoff-like atmosphere, but I could see the Cowboys winning this probably 27-21. It wouldn't shock me if the Lions won, but that's what I'm going to go with.
You know, I kind of feel a little bad for the Lions. The only reason I say that is because, like, they had, like, 2 chances to win the Super Bowl the last 2 years. 3 years, really. And it just couldn't get over the hump. Like, the 49ers were in the way. The Eagles and the Commanders last year were in the way. I mean, I don't know, man. Now they can't because the Bears and the Packers are once again good. And now it's going to be really tough for them to even make the playoffs. If they make the 7th seed, they'll probably have to go play the Packers or the Bears, which I don't think is very ideal. If you want to go play the Packers, that sucks. If you want to go play the Bears, I'd rather go play the Bears than the Packers, in my opinion.
I know they probably feel ecstatic about the Bears because they already beat them by like 50. So
Right. So I don't know. If I'm the Lions, man, you better do everything you can to get that 7th seed. And if you can get a divisional matchup, that's more ideal, I feel like, personally. But
Yeah, 'cause
I'd
you know
I'd rather have the Bears than the Packers because they swept you twice, or they beat you twice, so they swept you. So I don't know. I don't think if I was the Lions, maybe go see the Niners because they're not really healthy. But
Yeah.
Brock Purdy, I don't trust in the playoffs. I'm surprised. That's
see
my biggest
Carolina
problem.
or Tampa.
Dude,
I wouldn't-
Carolina
You
is
don't want to go see
sneaky.
Carolina.
Carolina,
I'm glad you guys.
Tampa's
been
been rough
I'm glad-
lately, too.
You don't want to see Carolina.
I'm glad you guys brought this up.
I don't wanna
though.
see Carolina.
While
No,
we
the
were
hell you
talking
don't.
while we were talking Thursday Night Football, I just went to the ESPN playoff machine and did my my little sketty prediction for the rest of the year. There are some major matchups in Week 18 that I've got. For example, Carolina at Tampa. As I
Over.
have it standing right now, the winner of that game wins the division. Either the 10-7
Right beyond
the playoffs.
Panthers or
Sunday
the
night
11-6 Bucks. Packers Vikings. That
Wow.
one, if the Packers win, there's implications on their seeding. If they lose, as I have it standing right now, they're currently in. But different matchups, like if Detroit beats Chicago, Green
Tell
Bay
you.
slides in as the 3, Detroit's the 7, the Bears are out. If Chicago wins, the Packers are the 7, the Bears are the 3. If the Packers were to lose and Detroit were to win, it's Detroit the 3, Chicago the 7, the Packers are out. I have the Broncos and Chargers matchup that week. The Broncos, hey, like I said at the beginning of the year, I wasn't wrong about this. The Broncos are winning the AFC West.
We're not there yet, buddy. We're not there.
They're winning the
yet,
AFC
buddy.
West
Let's
as it stands right now, 10-2 versus 8-4. I've got the Broncos finishing 13-4, the Chargers finishing 12-5. That's realistic.
The Broncos
Broncos
currently have a
schedule the rest of the way out.
96%
And
chance
that
of making the
includes
playoffs.
that includes the Chargers beating the Broncos in Week 18.
Broncos
That
country.
includes that matchup. I gave you the Chargers winning that one. The Broncos, I said it at the beginning of the year. You
Hey.
called me crazy. The Broncos are winning that division, and they're going to be the
First-round
first
exit.
seed.
It doesn't matter. First round exit.
They can't lose in the first
Let's move
round to
on.
the first seed.
They're going to be the
They
2
can't lose
seed.
in
They're
the
not going to
first
be the
round
1
of the
seed.
first
They're not
seed.
going to be the 1
We
seed.
automatically
Who's going to be the
go
one?
to
The
the
Patriots?
The Patriots going to be
Yeah,
the 1 seed. They're
it's-
not going to be the 1 seed. Patriots have the easiest schedule.
New
moving
England.
forward.
Here,
The
I'll give
Patriots
you.
gotta
I'll
play
give
the
you my
Bills
New
again,
England.
don't
They also
Oh,
play
sorry.
Baltimore.
The Bills
but
suck.
Baltimore's
Hey.
not.
Hey, Nas,
They
if
do.
I'm
Say what you
you,
want about the Bills, bro. Say what you want. They may not look good right now, but I darn sure
Hey.
don't want to play them with the division on the line.
if
Like,
I'm
I
the
would.
Chargers, I'd love to be in that four seed right now. I would love to
Yeah.
be because you could easily take that wild card game and then you get a matchup with the Pats. You can see what they got, put your best guns against them, and they could waltz themselves into at least a divisional round, maybe even an AFC championship.
Look, man, if we get the Patriots, I'm licking my chops. I don't care what nobody said. We're not losing that game. I'm trying. Look, you don't want to see the Panthers. The Packers don't want to see the Panthers. I know that for a fact. They don't want to see the Panthers, especially in
No,
Carolina.
they don't.
You don't
No,
wanna see
yeah.
them, boys.
So
There's
here's
a,
what I
uh,
got.
I want it.
Here's
I
what
want it.
Here's what
No,
I
you
got
don't.
for the
You
playoffs.
don't.
Let me know. Let me know what you guys think about this. This is what I have for playoff seeding right now, just off my little sketty prediction going the rest of the way. Philadelphia. So the start of the NFC, Philadelphia I have as the 1, 13-4. All right, I feel like that's pretty likely. I got the Seattle Seahawks at 13-4 as the 2, going up against the 11-5-1 Packers as the 7. Then the 3-6, I have the Bears at 12-5, the Rams at 12-5. And then in the 4 versus 5, I have the Panthers, the Christian McCaffrey Bowl.
You get the Bears
The
12
Panthers
wins.
at 10-7, and the Niners at 12-5.
I
That's
think
my NFC right now.
there's a,
You think the
in my
Niners end the year
opinion,
4-1?
there's a game week 17. It's Bears versus 49ers. It's going to be Sunday night, which I don't know why they'd ever flex that out. So it's going to be a Sunday night game.
So it could be a
9-3
playoff matchup.
versus 9-4 right now. I think there's a good chance that the winner of that game could determine who gets in the last spot.
So the Niners' remaining schedule, they have so they're off this week. They host Tennessee next week. Then
That's a
they
win.
go to Indianapolis. I think Indianapolis takes that one. They go
Mhm.
to Lucas Oil. Then let me find them again. Where are they on here?
They
Then
host
they
the Bears.
host the Bears. I have them winning that. I have them winning against the Bears at home. And then in their final matchup, they play the Seahawks at home, and that's another one. If they lose that, the Niners go all the way down to the 7. The Seahawks become the 1 seed at 14-3. The Eagles are 13-4, still at the 2 seed. They would end up hosting the Niners as the 7 seed. The Packers would go to Chicago as the 3 versus 6, and then Carolina would host the Rams as the 5 seed.
So you think Philly's winning out the rest of the way?
I mean,
Just
Philly's
Monday.
at what right now?
'Cause they're 8-4 right
they're
now. They
8-4.
got-
What about Monday?
They so
That's
they
fine.
play the Chargers on Monday. I've got them winning that one. I have them winning that one. That's just me though.
Put the money on
That's
it.
just me. Then they host the Raiders. That's a win. That they host the Raiders. That's a win. Then they go to Washington. That's a win. Then let me find them again. They
It's a
go
little bit
to
of a game.
Buffalo.
Buffalo.
And like you said, Buffalo's struggling. Buffalo's slumping.
But so is Philly. They're
I got
both
Philly in that
struggling.
one. Someone's got to win that game. Are they going to tie?
They-
Someone's
they-
got to win it.
You could.
And then
we
in the
do.
final game, the moral of the story is they play the Raiders once and the Commanders twice. If we were to give Buffalo that win and we were to give the Chargers that win, let's load it up. The Eagles would still be the 3 seed at 11-6. That moves the Bears to the 2. The Eagles would host the Packers. The Bears would host the Niners.
I
So
don't
the Eagles are locked up. They're not missing the playoffs.
I don't want to go
They're
to
not
Philly
missing
in
the playoffs.
January. We saw. Oh no,
That's
I'm
what
not
I'm saying.
saying.
The
I don't
Bears are
either.
not gonna
I don't
win out,
either.
bro. They're gonna win maybe
I don't either.
one game,
I think the Packers split with the Bears. I
maybe
think it's
2
1-1.
down the stretch.
The Bears
I
might
think-
get.
I
split.
think Packers take this weekend. Bears take the game in 2 weeks,
Ah.
and it's going to be really.
I think it's the other way
ugly, and
around.
they'll
I think
win,
Bears take this weekend.
17-14.
I think it's
You
the other
think
way
that
around.
they go and win in each other's houses?
Yes, I do.
They did
That
that
could be
last
fun.
year. They could do it again. Let me
I think that's
let me
true.
make
The
that
Packers
because I
took
currently
the
have it.
fingertip of God to win that game last
Yeah.
year, though.
Yeah, so-
They should have lost
But-
that game. Let's be real here.
We'll leave
regardless
that there.
of how that split goes, that right now with the NFC, the Packers would still be the 7, the Bears would be 3. Can I do my AFC real quick before we move on?
No.
Can I do my AFC, please?
Never.
What if I said pretty please?
Just
Oh, yeah.
Okay, AFC. Denver's at the 1, 13-4. I have New England at the 2, also 13-4. So there's a tiebreaker involved there. On the
Unbelievable.
3 seed, I have the Colts at 11-6. Like going back to 2015 right now, it's crazy.
So it
Broncos
wasn't
4
only
seed,
Jags.
10-7. 4 seed, 10-7 Baltimore against the 5 seed Chargers at 12-5. They would host
over
the
for them.
Chargers. The
It's over
6
for them.
seed going to Indianapolis would be Buffalo at 12-5. And then the 7 seed going to upset New England and get revenge for 2017. Duval!
No, you gotta say
happened?
it like Liam Cohen.
Duval.
Oh no! Let me get closer to the mic. Let me get closer to the mic. I can do it closer to the mic.
Duval.
That was
Duval.
ridiculous. That
Hey,
pissed me off.
you know what
I
else is
ain't gonna
ridiculous?
lie.
The Jags are 8-4. The Jags are 8-4 in the current 3 seed in the AFC. That's also ridiculous.
I watched
Come
them
on.
beat a high school team in Nashville on Sunday. So
How do you not have the Jags
Yeah.
winning the division right now? I think the Jags might win that division. Colts might. be
I feel
the
like they could too. I feel like they
This
could
Sunday's
too. If
the
you want me to
big
explain my
teller.
rationale, I could go into that unless we want to move on.
No, let's move on.
We'll
I
probably
just
just
want-
leave that.
Does anyone have the Chiefs like in the playoffs?
no,
Nope.
No,
Goodbye.
no.
finally.
I
They don't
don't.
even have a punch.
Goodbye.
I have them missing. I have them missing at 10-7.
It's so possible they can make it, but goodbye.
I'm
Yeah,
not
and
saying
then-
that they're going to. I was just wondering if any of you guys had them sneaking in.
And
Because
then
I
Kelsey
feel like
and
Roger
Bobby.
Goodell might
though-
make a phone call or two and get his boy Mahomes back in the playoffs for those sweet ratings.
They're missing
We
the
just
playoffs and
know
Kelsey's
that-
getting dumped.
Yeah. I think we all know that if they make the playoffs, regardless of what seed, they're winning the Super Bowl again. It's inevitable. Like it's going to happen. So we just
Yeah,
have to hope
they're
and
not
pray that
away
they
until
miss
they're
it.
officially put away.
They're going to expand the playoffs to that we get 8 teams per league. The NFC goes 1-8, and then the AFC goes 1-7, and then the Chiefs,
And
regardless
the
of where
Chiefs
they
get a
finish.
bye in the first
That's-
round.
And the Chiefs get a bye. Yeah, 100%. It's going to happen.
Well,
New
with that,
legislation.
we're going to leave that there. We got some more to talk probably on Tuesday. And hey, you never know. Maybe with Nazir tomorrow. You never know. Got to join the show. So with that, we're going to jump into our last topic. It should be a quick one. Our Shot of Sports NBA Top 10 Power Rankings. So what we're going to do is we're going to give our 10 best teams, and we're going to have to, majority rules it for our power rankings. So
Well, we all know who number 1 is.
Let's waste no time there. Let's just throw this.
let's start with
Yeah.
10. Let's start with 10.
So I got the
Alright,
Bucks
10.
at 1, right? No.
I got the Bulls. I got the Jazz at 1, actually.
I'm a big Wizards truther, guys.
Good call.
All right, starting at 10 is going to make this tough. I think someone's going to get left out. I think we have to start at the top.
Yeah, go
We
ahead.
do have to start. I think we gotta go top down on this. OKC,
All right,
number
Yeah.
1.
OKC
Obviously.
one. Who's
Next
number 2?
question. I got
Um,
Houston.
Denver?
Lakers.
Denver,
No,
Houston,
I got
are
Houston.
Lakers.
They're
Lakers are
number
hot
3
right
in
now.
the league right
Yeah.
now.
They're
15
hot.
games.
I'll give you that.
They have a fun team. They've been playing good. I think
Not
that they're
San
2 right
Antonio.
now.
San Antonio low-key might be without Wemby 15-6.
I got San Antonio at 3.
The number 2 seed, I actually have the Pistons.
They just beat them last night
Mm.
without Giannis. They dropped.
They got
I mean,
17
they've
wins.
been fun so far this year. I just don't see it.
All
I
right.
think they dropped to 4 for me right now.
I think we got. Hold on, so who's the majority there? I know me and Naz are Lakers.
I got Rockets.
I'm gonna lean Denver here.
Yeah, I had Denver.
Denver.
Okay, so Chris, you're the deciding factor here. Are you picking Denver or are you picking the Lakers?
I got the Lakers.
Nice.
Lakers.
All right,
Okay.
Lakers
He
2.
hates
Okay.
LeBron.
So at
man.
3, it's Denver then. So at 3, it's Denver.
That's fair.
I got the
That's fair.
Spurs.
Mm.
That's
Because
fair.
when they're fully healthy, man, they're a wagon.
I think the Rockets are better than the Nuggets, but
He just lost to the Jazz.
And-
Detroit just lost to the Bucks.
So whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had Detroit at 2, and they just lost to the Bucks, who are arguably just.
I mean,
as
but
bad as the
Detroit
Jazz
has
are.
17 wins, though. Like,
I guess I just don't look that. They don't look like
I
a
have the
17
Rockets.
win
They're in
team.
the
Three.
East. I mean, the East is a trash heap this year.
I
personally
have the Rockets at 3.
Yeah, me too.
I'll
So
say
we got 3 Rockets, so that's the majority then. Houston
That's majority.
at 4. It's Denver. At 4, it's Denver. I mean,
Okay, that's
that.
fair.
Rank Denver at 6.
Yeah.
Okay, 6 is insane.
Denver at 6.
Yeah. Denver's
That's
4.
I had to get one
I
East
think
team in there.
I'm not
so
gonna
I put
lie.
Detroit
I'm not
up
gonna
there.
lie. Toronto is nice.
I got
they're
Toronto
not
at
number
9.
4.
9? What?
They're definitely
Bro,
not
not
number
at 4,
4.
Man, I
No,
still I think that we still got to give some credit to the Pistons for how well they're playing. I have Pistons.
Fine,
at 4.
whatever. Go ahead. Pistons it is.
Pistons is
Pistons
at
at
the
4? I've
majority?
got
I mean, my shout's the
I've got
Spurs at
Denver.
this point.
I got
Spurs.
Denver at 4.
Pistons,
Hold
Denver,
on, hold
Denver,
on.
Drew. What do you think?
So tell me.
We got
who
2
all
for
voted in.
Denver. We have 2 for Denver, 1 for San Antonio, 1 for Detroit.
So Chris is the deciding factor again.
Well, no, what are you, Drew? Who are
I
He was
said
Pistons.
Pistons.
Okay, so we have 2 for Pistons, 2 for Denver. Chris. Or no, Nazir, you said San Antonio, right?
No, I said Pistons.
I said San
Oh,
Antonio.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
gonna say
Chris, you're the
is
deciding factor again.
I mean, I got to go
Pistons
with the
or
not Pistons. Sorry, I just blanked on who the other team was, but I know it's not that.
Denver.
Denver. We had
Yeah,
Denver.
Denver. I got to go
so
with
we
Alright,
got
Denver.
the
all right.
Nuggets at 4. All right.
So at number 5,
Pistons. I'll agree
I'll
with
go
that.
with the Pistons here. That's where I had them
No
I'm
originally.
good.
Spurs?
I'm good with the. Yeah. I got
Well,
the
this is weekly.
Pistons here.
Well. This
I
is
think
weekly
right now,
This is weekly.
I think
now.
right now,
So
it's
right
Detroit.
now they're not. No,
right
they're
now,
not-
it's gonna be
they're not
Detroit.
five.
That's
In this
my
moment,
vote.
it's
Yeah,
Detroit.
okay.
The
Detroit.
Spurs could be a
That's
top 3 team if everyone's healthy.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They're 15 and 6
That's-
without Wemby and Castle.
I got
don't know,
at that. I got the Spurs at 6.
Yeah,
Right.
yep.
So Pistons.
I personally had the Cavs at 6. That's
They
just me.
suck.
I don't even have
They're
them in
not
my
that good.
list.
They're not even that good.
I have the.
13
all right,
and 10.
I have the
We on San Antonio?
Spurs at 6.
Yeah.
All right.
That's-
I can
I
live with
think
that.
that's a winner.
Hey,
Hey,
let's
all
talk
right.
about Phoenix. What's going on over there? They're
I got
winning
that 10.
games. They're winning some
Stink
good
butt,
games
bro.
over
They
there.
may be top 15,
Dude.
but
They're like
Top
the
15.
they're like the Minnesota
Top-
Vikings a few years
They have
ago.
a
They had
better
a
record than
negative
the
point
Cavs.
differential and made the playoffs.
They have a better
I'll give them
record
top
than the Cavs.
14.
Same
All right.
record as the Timberwolves.
All right. Here's
Mm.
so number 7. Number
I
7.
got
What
the
are we thinking?
Knicks.
Number 7.
I think New York.
I have the
here.
Knicks at 7.
New York at 7. Yeah, New York at 7.
Yeah. And then
I think that's pretty much consensus. No one's arguing it.
I
Whatever.
can't,
I don't know.
I can't argue it.
I think Toronto's better, but that's just me.
They're probably 8 then.
Number 8.
that's
I got
where I have
Toronto.
Toronto.
I love
Number 8,
Toronto.
Toronto.
I think
I
they
got
look really
Minnesota,
good.
but I got Toronto at 9, so it's fine.
That I
So-
got
Are they
Toronto at 8.
interchangeable there then?
I think that's fine. I think Toronto,
Toronto 8,
and,
Minnesota 9.
Minnesota, kind of the same.
Hey,
thing.
now
Ooh.
here's my number 10 here. Here's my number 10. Let me
The
get my
Phoenix
song.
Buns.
Hold on.
Orlando
I got the Suns here.
Magic.
Did we pick
Hold on,
9
hold
yet?
on.
Orlando Magic. Orlando
9 is
Magic.
Minnesota.
Whoa.
They were like
Timberwolves.
11 for me, Orlando was.
Orlando Magic.
9 is the
Orlando
Timberwolves.
Magic. Oh, Orlando Magic. Oh, come on. It's Orlando.
No, it's not. It is the
I got
Phoenix
the
Suns.
Buns. It's the Phoenix Buns.
It is not Phoenix.
When I
bro.
look at
There's no
records,
way.
I look at they're 13 and 10 in the East versus 13 and 10 in the West. Give me the West team every single time.
13 and 9
Can
in
we
the
look-
West without with
Orlando-
just Devin Booker.
Can we look at the Heat?
Orlando is better in nearly every metric, too.
Sam, they're winning games with just Devin Booker and Dylan Brooks.
Orlando is so much better.
Okay,
No,
did we
not
pick
at all.
9 yet?
Yeah, it's the Timberwolves.
Yeah, it was the
We picked the
yeah, it was the
we put the
Wolves.
Timberwolves at 9. I think it was.
Yeah.
Right? My vote's going to the Heat. I'm assuming that would already be an out, but
I like the Suns.
I got Phoenix.
Timberwolves.
All right, Jalen, what do you got for 10?
There's 2 votes for Phoenix.
What was the other one?
Man,
Orlando.
2 votes for Phoenix,
or
1 vote for the
Miami,
Magic so
or
far.
Orlando, Miami, or the Suns.
I'm going Orlando.
Orlando, that's
Suns.
right.
So Drew,
That's
you're
right.
You're the final factor here, son.
Orlando
Dude,
was like
or
11
the Phoenix
for me,
Buns.
so
Gosh,
Orlando's better
I-
than Miami.
We got
That's
to
true
talk
right
about
now.
Cleveland, guys. There's Cleveland. There's Miami.
Well,
There's a
yeah,
lot
I
to
mean,
choose from.
last
Yeah.
year they were top 5, but this
Yeah,
year
but
they look different.
Donovan
And this
Mitchell's
week-
great.
and this
Yeah.
week they look different.
Bro.
Well, that's
Man, so
that's
who-
where
who
the
the-
unfortunate
who's the 2 and 2?
circumstance of them playing in the East comes in for me.
Orlando
It's like,
or
I'm gonna rank
Cleveland?
Western teams that have the same record above Eastern teams.
Bro, they have
So-
Devin Booker and Dylan Brooks. Without Jalen Green, without a true big and Mark Williams, they're winning games somehow with that team.
The two that we're looking into right now are the Suns and the Magic, correct?
Correct.
Yes.
That the Magic have the same record, and the Magic have been hotter. Technically, they've been 1 game better in their last 10. I'll take the Magic.
But you're not hearing me.
Yes, sir.
Dylan-
That's right.
Devin Booker by himself versus Franz, Desmond
can't-
Bain,
Minor.
Jalen Suggs. Bankero's been out, but
So put the Suns up against somebody like.
they're in the West. What do you mean?
I think this.
That's all you
Well, I'm
got.
trying to
I
think
think
about an
it's
Eastern
unit.
Conference team. Put them up against the Raptors. Do they win that game?
Yes.
I think there is a way that I mean anybody can win any game.
Right.
The Wizards beat the Bucks.
Is that really that big of an accomplishment, though?
I think it is.
Not anymore.
I
It's
really
not.
think it is.
Maybe 2 years
I think
ago
it is. I
was.
think the Bucks let that get away from them. I think that
Go ahead,
was
Nas. Put them in.
Get-
Put it.
long. The Bucks
the
were in
notes,
that
yeah.
game. I think that
I
was.
think Drew got it ready.
Big
Okay, so Drew, go over it one more time for me. Hold on. Give me my one. Thunder.
The one. Are you saying all of our votes?
Yes. Just
All
list
right.
them off.
Number 1, OKC. Number 2,
Yep.
the Lakers.
Sure.
Number 3, Rockets.
Sure.
Number 4, Nuggets. Number
Mhm.
5, Pistons. Number
Okay.
6, Spurs. Number
Mhm.
7, Knicks. Number 8, Raptors. Number 9, Timberwolves. And number 10, Orlando Magic.
Yeah,
That's not a bad.
that's
list.
fair. That's not
I
a bad
I think
list at
that
all.
seems about right, to be honest.
And like your honorables are Cleveland and Phoenix. Those are your
Yeah.
honorables.
Honorable
I
mention.
think-
And then Minnesota.
Atlanta,
I think-
Minnesota, yeah.
We got to
They
give.
all
Isn't
fit
Minnesota
within
in
the-
them?
within the
The
next
war-
3
Nobody
spots.
talking about the Miami Heat, man. What's going on? Miami Heat are
They're-
Hey, they
terrible.
do
like
look good.
14.
They do look good. They do
You know
look
my
good.
homies.
I had
hate
them
the
as my
Heat,
9.
though.
That's
Me and
kinda
almost-
high.
Hate the Heat.
They're like a borderline team for me. I took a look at them.
I really.
Yeah,
I
so
think
they're like
that
I think they're outside of the other 3 notable mentions that we.
I think
just
9 through
mentioned. So
15
they're
is
like
subjective
14.
at this point. I think it's
they might be
up
around
for
14.
interpretation.
But the Timberwolves, the Suns, and the what was the other one? The Cavs are all
I
within.
thought the Wolves, they were in there, weren't they, at 9?
Wolves are 9.
No, they're
Magic
not. The
10.
Wolves are 9. Yeah, Wolves are 9.
Wolves made it in.
Yeah. Cavs, Suns, Hawks, Heat,
Heat.
Gotcha.
I
Even
think
the Warriors.
that's about right.
Hawks
even
look
Golden
good,
State.
too.
Maybe
Those
Boston. I don't know.
those 5 teams probably filter out the 15.
Yeah.
I think if we did the same thing in 2 weeks, I think that 9 through 15 would shuffle.
Where do you guys
And
think the Bucks are
I think that
in
4 through
terms
8
of
would
the
shuffle.
30?
We can make a
30
full
for
one
the
one of these
Bucks.
days. We're like,
I've got.
Oh,
I think
gosh,
the Bucks
man.
are like the start of the back half of the league right now. Like there's 16.
You put it in logo.
They're not top 15.
overlay.
They're
Yeah.
top of the bottom half. Is where I got. it.
I give the Bucks, like, without doing everything, somewhere between 18 and 20.
Mm.
There
That's
you go.
fair. I can give you that. I can
It's not
give you that.
bad.
I mean, when
Yeah.
you rank
It's a
it
decent
by
list.
when you rank it by ESPN's basketball power index alone, like just that number, the Bucks are 16. They're the very first, like, because would the Bucks beat the Clippers
Yeah.
right now? Yes. Would the Bucks beat the Mavericks right now? Yes. Would the Bucks beat the Trailblazers right now? Yes. Phoenix?
about the-
Probably not.
Didn't
Yeah,
they
they
beat the
lost to the
Trailblazers?
Blazers not long ago.
Memphis? Probably not. The Bulls? Maybe. So like there's
They're
like 3
disgusting.
other
They
teams
just
that
got-
everyone
they-
else
they just
though,
got ran through
like
by the freaking
Hornets,
Nets last
Pacers,
night.
Kings, Jazz, Nets. They'd be
The Bulls have
those
been
teams.
going
The
a little
Wizards
bit
feel
longer.
the Wizards feels like a fluke of a game. They were up big in that game. It feels like a fluke. Every team gets hot every once in a while. You know the saying, every blind squirrel finds a nut occasionally. So like that game I'm taking with a grain of salt. But I feel confident in saying that the Bucks are like smack dab in the middle of the league right now.
I think
I
that's about
think
fair.
that I think that they're probably somewhere in that 16 to 20 range right now, with a
Yep.
better chance of being closer to the 20 in a few weeks than the 16.
Fair enough.
I mean,
Yeah.
Giannis is out, so they might even be below 20 for a couple weeks, like
We'll see.
22, 23.
We'll see what kind of matchups they have, how they
Yeah,
play
we'll
without them.
see.
But yeah, it's been rough. I'm pretty sure they're
interesting.
1-5 without Giannis so far this season.
Very interesting. Whoever wants to look at those power rankings, we're going to try to do this weekly on Thursdays to end the week, going into the weekend. So
All right.
that was the Shot of Sports power rankings, and we're going to jump into our final thoughts here. Let's get it quick.
Chargers versus Eagles on Monday. Justin Herbert just had some surgery on his left hand, but I think he's going to be completely fine to play on Monday. They are very beatable. They are a very beatable team. I think it's possible that we can get this win out of them. Every team they've played so far has struggled with their defense. Their offense is non-existent outside of A.J. Brown, who catches some passes and a touchdown occasionally, but they don't utilize Devontae Smith, which would be their X factor, in my opinion, like George Pickens is to the Cowboys right now, and Dallas Goedert. But I think that we can take advantage of their bad offensive woes this year. I don't think they're a bad offense, but they've had a lot of bad offensive moments this year. I think we can take advantage of that, and we're just gonna have to. We got an elite quarterback. We gotta be able to execute on plays. Last week we didn't really execute too much early on. If we execute early on in the game against the Eagles on Monday, which we usually do in primetime games, I think we're bound to win that game. But last year we lost to the Ravens at home on Monday night, so anything can happen. I'm going into this game confident, but wouldn't be surprised if we lost.
I'll go next. I got this picture from the week. What you will see is that's Jordan Love. He's at an event giving kids some Dick's Sporting Goods stuff, and on the TV you'll see the Chicago Bears are on at the checkout, and Jordan Love is looking straight at it. And in the moment, all the kids are like, "Man, they're just trying to rage bait you right now." But I think he understands the mission, and I think that they're just trying to fuel Toyotathon love. I think that this is their time to get back and really put this conversation away for real.
Jayla, how you feel about that?
Whatever.
I did say I think they would split, but I think that
I
wall.
just heard a lot of smoke. That's what I heard.
I think it's got to be smoke. I think that's what this series is about. I'm gonna be walking with Bears fans on Sunday, by the way.
Twitter is about to be a firestorm the next couple of days.
Yeah, correct.
During that game, if you go to if you type in the Packers or the Bears and go to latest, it's going to be a freaking free ball. It's going to go crazy. Every play is going to get massively looked at.
I will be paying very close attention to Connor Burns this weekend.
Ugh.
Go ahead, Sam.
Well, MLB free agency is starting to continue. It's starting to heat up just a little bit more.
Starting to do its thing.
It is doing its thing. Yulio Pagan just signed back with the Reds, 2 years, $20 million. Connor Brogdon signed with the Guardians last night, 1-year contract. Sam Henches going from the Guardians to the Giants on a 1-year deal. So we're starting to see some more moves start to come together. And Kyle Tucker, granted, we have to take this with a grain of salt. Kyle Tucker lives in Florida. He lives in West Florida. He lives in the Tampa area. That's where Dunedin is. The Toronto Blue Jays offseason facilities are in Dunedin, Florida. He was spotted touring those facilities yesterday. Now, I'm not saying
on the plane.
Kyle Tucker exactly. Well, yeah, just like Ohtani was on the plane, but Kyle Tucker, instead of Ohtani being on the plane to Toronto, Kyle Tucker was actually at their facilities. I'm not saying it's going to happen. However, for a team that just came that close to toppling the Dodgers in the World Series, it would make sense for them to go all or nothing. They just threw all that money at Dylan Cease. We cannot forget that Toronto is not a small market team. They are a big market. They are the biggest market in their country.
Their owners own
biggest
Toronto sports.
Yeah, they own Toronto, period. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So we can't act like they're a small market team. They know that they were just 1 out away from beating the Dodgers. And then Miguel Rojas did his thing.
I like Blake.
Who just re-signed with the Dodgers.
Yeah, Miguel Rojas, big blockbuster, earth-shattering move, 1-year deal with the Dodgers, $5.5 million.
Cedric
But
Mullins to the
that's
right?
besides the point. Yeah, Cedric Mullins to Tampa Bay. That ruins my Kyle Tucker to Tampa Bay prediction, but I rest my case with that. It was never going to happen. It was just a fun thought. But yeah, it would not surprise me if Toronto, even on a short term, it might be a short-term deal for Kyle Tucker. I don't know if he wants to live in Canada the rest of his life. Maybe it's a short-term deal to go get your World Series, like a 2 years with a mutual option for like $112 million or something like that. That would make sense. If they want to win a World Series, build around that core. He's the final piece. It makes sense.
Go ahead, Chris.
One quick thing on Toronto. Shout out to Cody Ponce, former Brewer.
Yes, Cody Ponce, 3 years, 30. Good man.
Basically, all I'm understanding is there's probably a greater than, I don't know if it's 50-50 that Freddie Peralta is not a Brewer next year.
Shame.
The fact that this team gets that close, gets the best record in baseball, beats their division rivals in the NLDS. Now, you got your doors blown off in the NLCS. There's no sugarcoating that. But the fact that they see that, Mark Attanasio sees the fan base get so invested, sell out the stadium over 20 times, and sells. Makes no sense.
It sounds like a Milwaukee move to me.
Yeah. All right, up to you now.
My final thought.
That's all the time to think about it.
Broncos country. That's all.
All right, yeah, let's get off. I'll see you guys later.
That's all I got. Broncos country. So,
Good chatting.
well, subscribe, like, share, comment. Follow our podcast page on other platforms. The links are in the description box below. We do have Spotify, Instagram, and TikTok. We will be posting reels and shorts of this show. We do have polls and question boxes. You can always DM us on things you want to have answered or comments you may have. We dab into other
freestyle.
Yeah, we dab into other topics like music, film, travel, or lifestyle takes every now and then. But since the sports season is at its full peak, we will be only focusing on sports. So there could be a chance that we have live with Nas tomorrow. So join that, and we possibly might see you tomorrow. If not, we'll see you Tuesday.